Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Daily Bone Podcast, where we discuss all things crypto market, including the majors like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, meme coins, and of course, NFTs. Today, we are going to discuss Apple's latest unlock and how it will affect the crypto market. We're going to discuss more Bitcoin movement from the United States government. And lastly, the recent strength from Ethereum ETFs. I mean, who could have seen that coming, right? Quickly, the World, it stands for the World Health Organization, right? The WHO.
Yeah.
Got it. They've declared monkeypox, Mpox, a global emergency. So people have been suggesting that Clemente top-ticked Africa. Easy. Do you buy into that?
100%. We knew something was going to happen. It was just a matter of what. My money was not on a global pandemic risk, but are we that surprised? Like, the man has single-handedly brought down Blast, Sol ETH chart, meme coins on Solana. What else has he done in just the last 24 hours? Now Africa, which is impressive. So, like, God forbid this guy ever goes to space. Like, that'd be terrible.
Oh,
God. Just think about the repercussions.
A meteor would just smoke the earth after.
100%. Like, just one of the worst possible situations. I'm terrified for Singapore. Like, absolutely, completely terrified. All of Southeast Asia is in danger when this man pulls up. They might not even let him out of the airport.
Bird flu.
Round two. You know, like, who knows what'll happen? But yeah, it's been impressive. Honestly, though, his pictures look sick. Like, I hope he's enjoying it because the dude's just going on safaris and like seeing awesome animals and enjoying the hell out of it. It looks like. So kudos to him. I am curious what the temperature is there because he's in like long sleeves and pants.
I think that has more to do with bugs and sun, but I could be wrong. I have no context of the weather in Kenya. It looks like, all right, so today in Kenya, ladies and gentlemen, the high is 75 and the low is 58. So
that's not that warm though. 75 is like kind of nice.
Yeah, I mean, these are really funny fucking pictures, man. Like his facial expression in these pictures is pretty funny. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about Clemente, our teammate who is on vacay. Took a 1-week vacay with his family, went on safari to Africa. That's some bougie shit if I've ever heard it. Look at that. Wow, that's a
fat gator, dude. That thing's eating well.
Dude, crocodiles and alligators are just no joke.
What's the difference?
I don't know what the difference. I think one's significantly bigger than the other. Maybe crocs are bigger, if I'm not mistaken. But these things, man, these things are dinosaurs. It's pretty crazy shit that they're just. No one talks about it. No one talks about how alligators and crocodiles are dinosaurs, and they've been around for so long. I believe sharks, actually, you might be able to consider some sharks.
Sharks are terrifying, bro. That is the scariest creature on the planet. Oh, this was such a good list too. He did mess up on this. He outlined his top 10.
He made a little video. Oh shit! I didn't even see this.
So he made a whole top 10 of like best animals he saw, except he gave away number 1 right away. He went from 1 to 10. I was like, dude, come on. Or 1 to 6. He should have gone the other way. You got to go 6 to 1. I was like, that's a little backwards for this content saga, dude. Like, you're supposed to be great at this, and you just give away a zebra off rip. Like, I would at least made people wait. Like, come on. I don't know. I like his African elephant. They ate a whole tree. It was dope. Like, that's how he categorized it. Dude's living life. And Pio, you're going on a nice little trip here soon too. So it's good to it's gonna be good for you to get away.
Yeah, I'm going on my first vacation since we started the business 3 years ago. So I guess that'll be interesting. Yeah, I mean it going to North New York. So it should be pretty good. We'll see how it plays out. I'll be posting pictures. I'm a little concerned that everything just falls apart, but no, I know you guys got
it's not gonna happen. Come on now.
To hold it down. Easy sent me a video treatment, a video script today, which made me very happy because that's not something that has happened a ton of times before. I'm excited to shoot it, man. I hope that.
Did you like the idea? Before we leak it, did you like the idea? Do you understand the vision? I'm like, I think this is like a good play. I know you're gonna have some feedback, but I think we have a light, high level overview of it.
I think so. I want to read it a few more times, but I definitely think that I get it, and I think if we shoot the shit out of it, it'll come out good. Look, we got a lot to talk about today because the crypto trading market has rotated or is in the process of rotating from meme coins seemingly back to NFTs, which actually just it would make a lot of sense. And it feels like there's been quite a bit of volume even the past 16 hours or so. But quickly, before we dive in, I want to remind everyone that today's show is brought to you in partnership with Stream. You heard us discussing Stream quite a bit on the show recently. So Stream is actually Animoca's third incubated product. So, we talked about products being Animoca backed. This one is incubated. And what you can think of it as is you can think of it as a layer on top of content platforms. So what does that mean? That means that Stream started with Twitter Spaces, with X Spaces, as an opportunity for the audience to interact with the content that they're already consuming, like this show, for example, right? And essentially play little like mini games that have to do with the show or happen during the show, and allows the listener to actually get rewards. So we actually, I've been talking to the Stream team, and the next kind of stage, it sounds like, which it's not going to happen tomorrow, but it's going to happen in the coming weeks and months, is to actually have Stream integrated with, for example, YouTube. So just like how Bitcoin and crypto is a layer on top of the internet, you can think of Stream as a layer on top of the content platforms, the streaming platforms and the platforms where people, consume their content. It was only a matter of time before things like this are built, and it's only natural that crypto would be integrated because crypto is the value layer of the internet, so users can get value from the crypto component that Stream offers. It's pretty cool stuff. It's insanely cool stuff, honestly, and I think it's a fantastic idea, and we're really excited to actually be a part of the initial, rollout here when it comes to Twitter Spaces. You can sign up at streamhq.xyz. The access code is Bodoggos8888. That's BODOGGOS 8888. Ray's been running the drops during the show, so Ray's been super duper hands-on with that. Ray, anything that people need to know about the drops? Then we can throw to Easy to see if there's anything that I missed just on Stream in general. But Ray?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm running these stream drops in the background throughout the show. I just launched one. We already have 8 people who participated in this one. I can run them about every 5 minutes. They'll be like constantly running in the background. I'll remind you later when we go through our next read. But what's interesting this week is they launched mobile support. So now we have a dedicated mobile link that you can go to if you're if you're listening to Twitter Spaces on your phone. I've pinned it and commented it on the stream. So you can go right to that link, and it'll allow you to participate in these stream drops where you can earn points towards future rewards.
Oh, super cool. And then Easy, anything that I missed here?
No, honestly, I think you hit the nail on the head for everything. I mean, it's universal power layer for all future content. I think you absolutely dominated the conversation around it. I think the Animoca piece is the most interesting. So kudos to you.
Dominated it, dude. You
did. Like, honestly, I was like, this was sick. Like, I couldn't have said it any better myself. So well done.
Just to close out, ladies and gentlemen, so the extension is the Stream Pod extension. Okay, it's available for desktop users, and as Ray pointed out, got a little mobile rollout. And what it does is it creates a Twitter Spaces, X Spaces overlay that allows you to participate in the stream drop. So obviously, an insanely cool concept, a relevant concept, and can't wait to see it extend to the other major streaming services, streaming platforms like YouTube. I'd imagine Twitch is in the horizon. We didn't talk to them about that yet, but when you think about it, it just does make a lot of sense to have a layer on top of streaming, and for crypto to be the back end of that layer. There isn't really another option for the back end. That's, when you start thinking about this and you think about the internet, that's where the crypto stuff makes a lot of sense. It's also where AI stuff starts to make a lot of sense. So it's like crypto and AI are just going to gradually get integrated in everything. Now I'm kind of like going off on a tangent, but when you start to really understand the stuff at a deep level, it really starts to make sense to see the puzzle pieces and come together, as I'd imagine people did in the 90s with the traditional internet. Anyway, Easy, why don't you shred this weather report, a rare Easy weather report read, and then Nick's having camera trouble.
Excited.
But please take it away.
I don't have the wonderful background music that Sig and Kicks have gotten for us, but taking a look over at the crypto roundup, the majors are all down about 4% despite the CPI data print yesterday, with Bitcoin at $58,800, Ethereum at $26.50, and Solana at $144. On top of this, the largest mover amongst the top 100 coins is Helium, which is down 9% on the day to a $1 billion market cap. Over the past 24 hours, Apple has Apple opened their payment chip to third-party developers. This was a shock to me, I will say. And it's opening the door for mobile crypto payments. So we're already starting to see people tease and speculate that we will get USDC payments through Apple Pay. Now, if that happens, I'll tell you what, the amount of people that will avoid taxes will be astronomical, even higher than it already is. So kudos to them on this. Developers will still be required to pay associated fees and enter into commercial agreements with Apple. I did see some pushback on this because their pilot program for it did not include the UK. And that was a shock to many people because of the push that the UK has actually done to open up the App Store. And that's what led to a lot of the conversation. Next up, more Bitcoin is on the move as Marathon Digital Holdings purchased $249 million of Bitcoin over the last 2 days. And Morgan Stanley has reported $187 million in Bitcoin ETF holdings, as the US government has also moved just shy of $600 million, with it being $594 million of Bitcoin. And finally, the Ethereum ETF saw their third straight day of net inflows, getting 10.8 million on the day, and Grayscale outflows have slowed. Other funds have seen just shy of 1.8 billion of inflows since they launched just over 3 weeks ago.
Epic weather report, easy. Yeah, it was a sudden finish. But epic weather report, it was only a matter of time before the Ethereum ETFs were going to see inflows. Obviously, they're going to get some level of inflows. It doesn't have to be an absolutely monumental parabolic level, but some level. We're also joined, ladies and gentlemen, by Choose Rich Nick, the richest CEO in crypto. Nick, how you doing this morning, bud?
Hold on 1 second. This is ridiculous. How about that?
Oh, you don't like me calling you Choose Rich Nick?
I'm right here joined by this character. I don't know. I just feel like I'd like to have a conversation. I like to be treated like a human.
Is the celebrity stuff getting tiresome?
Well, just usually your inner circle doesn't treat you like a celebrity, whereas you're introducing me like one, and it just feels disrespectful.
Got it. Here's this real piece of shit, Nick O'Neill. Nick, how's it going, buddy?
Yeah, I'm doing real good. Really appreciate that. Man, feeling great. Had a good evening.
Awesome. Fantastic. So look, we have a little Apple story, which is, it's crypto related, but you like talking about big tech stuff from time to time because you're so well versed on the subject. Did you want to talk about Apple a little bit here and their payment chip to third-party developers opening the door for mobile crypto payments?
Well, I wasn't even aware of this. Their payment chip
Tap to pay USDC on iPhones coming soon.
Apple Pay is being opened to third-party developers to allow for applications to utilize it. So not just cards added to your Apple Wallet and no longer just Apple Cash.
This is pretty awesome.
Right?
I could see a lot of things for this. It also means, I guess you can use any arbitrary payment system at that point in time, including any form of theoretical currency. So my guess is bigger than USDC, this has an opportunity for WIF to really blow up, because I think a lot of people, that'll become sort of the default payment currency.
But in all seriousness, it does really put the kibosh on the medium of exchange haters, as I would call them, which is, basically like, everyone's like, well, you can't use Bitcoin to buy a cup of coffee. It's like, dude, it wasn't going to take that long for there to be some sort of mainstream integration so that you can use crypto. When we sell merch with the Solana Pay plugin, you can use Mother token to buy merch, and somebody did. Anyway, like that's the easiest problem to solve out of all of them.
So it sounds like this is not just an open platform based on what Bloomberg is saying.
What's Bloomberg saying?
Says under the new approach, Apple will still require developers to pay associated fees, enter into a commercial agreement, which that could be automated. But it says only authorized developers who meet certain industry and regulatory requirements and commit to Apple's ongoing security and privacy standards can access the system.
But that's not surprising, right? Knowing Apple and the way that they operate, they're not like, yeah, do whatever you want. They're like, you have to play by our rules pretty aggressively, right?
Yes, but the App Store was pretty loose versus like, for example, there's things that you can build using, there's like enterprise level stuff that you can build. So if you want like a multi-device management system. I forget what the terminology is for that, basically, but like corporations that give their employees iPhones to run, like, let's say a shipping company like UPS.
Yes.
May run their stuff from an internal app using like enterprise software, which is built using additional APIs. There's a whole system that they need to go through with Apple.
Okay.
A device management. I think maybe MDM, multi-device management, maybe the name of
that. I think you are correct.
And I think that, yeah, ultimately, I mean, this is interesting. Everyone's like, this is obviously crypto. Yeah, some crypto will eventually make it, but I think Apple becomes the gatekeeper of that. And also, they'll probably, like, they have a large integration with all these piece of shit systems, as they're called.
POS.
Yeah. And so
point of sale.
A piece of shit. And so those companies probably have certain restrictions that they want Apple to follow as well. I don't know what those are. I have no idea what that may be, but they definitely want to get their cut. So, yeah.
Of course. And yeah, I mean, look, this stuff doesn't happen overnight, but very interesting stuff. We got a stream drop coming. I don't know if I was not supposed to say that out loud, Ray, and it was just supposed to be for people that are reading the comments, but I said it. So here we go. Regardless, I want to switch gears here. And Nick, if you could join the Twitter Spaces stage, that would be awesome. Look, NFTs are seeing some volume here. The top 10 collections by volume are all in the green over the last day. Bored Ape Yacht Club saw a surge up 15% overnight to 12.6 Ethereum on the back of a significant sweep by a whale. DGOTS up another 10% to a 35 Solana floor. Stats, he formerly known as NFT Stats, then coined Blast Stats, now just Stats, on X platform on Twitter, showed a graph of major profile picture collections on Ethereum that are up over the past week, specifically Bored Ape Yacht Club, Pudgy Penguins, Azuki, Mutant Ape Yacht Club, Doodles, and D-Gods. Cyrus, very well-known trader, gave some context around the wallet that swept, bought 30 D-Gods at the absolute pico bottom, is what he said, loaded up another 220 Ethereum and started bidding up Bored Ape Yacht Club. I don't know. Smart money seems to be getting back into NFTs. Retardio cousins are up on Solana after the buys that we made on this show a few days ago. Nick, would you be excited to see volume circle back to NFTs here?
Would I be excited? I mean, holy shit. The excitement could not be higher. All I've been thinking about recently is, are the NFT prices going to turn around? When is that going to happen? And I did move. I got rid of my Mad Lad, shifted it to the Retardio cousins, which was a good move. The Utes move seems like a pretty good move. Which after yesterday morning, no, I didn't buy. But that seems like a pretty solid one. I actually, if it's, I think it goes higher than 10 is my personal opinion on this. But I mean, it's great to see. I could not be more excited.
Okay, Easy. What do you think, buddy?
I'm not like terribly surprised. It's interesting though that like the reason for this run is because DGODs have essentially memeified themselves. They've become a meme coin. They tweet about market caps. They do all the same tactics right now as meme coins. Up to 37, that's crazy. Like a clean 3x because they were sitting at 11. So not bad to see the run. Excuse me. I do think Utes are severely undervalued still. I think those break over 10, get to 10. I think 10 was still my target on them.
Do you have?
I don't hold any now. I should, but I don't. I haven't really been swinging. I mean, I own Campi Pandas. That's about it right now. One Retardio cousin, a few Bando kids, which ran to 1.6. Yeah, I haven't really taken too many aggressive swings. You gotta love the explicit.
Bando Kids has an explicit content warning on Tensor. That's pretty funny. I don't think I've seen that before. So, Ray, you coming in?
How interested are you in buying this bashful blobfish?
When you put it like that, I mean, I saw a Gary Vee interview recently where he said he's no longer concerned with his personal NFT portfolio and is only focused on the IP of the NFTs, and stated that Veefriends, the order that he ranks what he focuses on is Veefriends NFT, then the collectible cards and pins. So rather interesting take. Honestly, that blobfish might be a steal.
I mean, look at that.
Bashful blobfish.
Yo, hang this on your wall.
Where'd that come from? Where'd that come from?
Yikes.
What's the
Ray, you're
price of
muted,
these
buddy.
right now?
What did you say?
happened? What happened?
So he came out and said, "Can you look at the price of this? Can you click away from this image and 0.49? What did I sell it for?"
Ray can dig
That's
that
not-
up. That's
not
under,
the
you're
history.
looking at offers, buddy.
0.43 WETH.
Wow. Damn. 8 months ago.
Well, no one has bought it since. So he kind of fucked this this particular one because he said buy a spectacular, then made an announcement about the alpha on Veefriends is Veefriends 1 and spectaculars, but the spectaculars of Veefriends 1, not of Veefriends 2.
VF2.
Veefriends 2 is just completely fucked.
It's a tough one, man.
You guys are good friends though. Like, do you guys talk about this at like Thanksgiving dinner?
I didn't go to VCon. I didn't go to the past two. This past one looked pretty good actually.
It looked really good. This one looked really good. I'm not gonna lie.
I can't even click out of this freaking blob that's on my screen now. It literally doesn't let you click out. That's crazy. Yeah, well, we'll be discussing it at Thanksgiving.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
So Easy, you pointed out Utes as an NFT collection that's of interest to you. And I do think no matter what corner of crypto that you operate in, you have to pay attention to, the rotation of the market. And it would make sense after quite a long focus on meme coins that the crypto space may rotate to an interest in NFTs. And with Solana being Solana, with great platforms like Tensor being available and great wallets and, all this fantastic, infrastructure, instant transactions, lightning fast transactions with low gas fees, all that Solana has to offer, it would make sense for Solana to attract a lot of attention on the NFT side. You talked about Utes. Earlier this week, we bought Campi Pandas. We bought Retardio Cousins. 6ix9ine, the rapper 6ix9ine, changed his profile picture to a Retardio Cousin. So yet another celebrity showing that he's potentially broke and buying a Retardio Cousin. Had a funny back and forth with Mitch. It's actually a very funny. Mitch is a funny gentleman. Mitch,
you got to be careful about what you show from Mitch because
Yeah,
there's certainly some.
A little off the wall.
yeah, he called 6ix9ine the N-word, and 6ix9ine's response was, "I don't like how you're talking to me, but I also respect it," which I thought was a pretty funny response. So that was interesting. Yeah, Mitch was calling him the N-word and telling him what to do, and the what to do was like buy this NFT. Anyway, so right now 6ix9ine has Retardio Cousins.
Just think about this though. Just hold up a second. Just think about this. Two guys on the internet calling each other Retardio over and over, nothing actually being gained here. And then Mitch, who is definitely not a black man, is saying the N-word to Tekashi 6ix9ine, who's also not an African American, mind you, who aggressively says it and has been called out by multiple people in the hip hop industry for saying it. The Tekashi situation's a whole different mess. But at what point here are we like, is this the top for Retardio Cousins when you have just this situation happening?
It's hard to tell. It's very hard to tell. However, it being the #1 Milady adjacent project on Solana, in my opinion, is a factor to keep in mind, but it absolutely could be the top. You never, ever know. And, the crypto market is so aggressive that you just, you can't tell if something's going to curry favor in a different direction at any point. Besides Utes, besides Campi Pandas and Retardio Cousins, what projects do you have interest in here, Easy?
Honestly, Pathfinders is an upcoming mint I am excited about. So they are launching like partnership with Tensor, not like launched by Tensor, but this one I'm extremely interested in. It's a 2 Sol mint, but it's completely refundable because it's backed by this Lily launchpad. So even right now, you could get in for 2.43 Sol because you can buy these whitelist tokens for 0.43, and essentially your upside risk is if it trades over a Sol, you make 50% profit on them, which I think it will, because this is like a first of its kind refundable NFT, and that refundable liquidity is locked forever. So basically, if the NFT ever dips under 2 Sol, it's EV positive to buy the NFT and sell it back. So I think just that narrative will get people excited short term and want to trade it because of the fact that it can't go under 2 Sol, basically. Like that's where I'm like, oh, that's actually kind of cool, just purely from a market sentiment standpoint. When I look at other stuff here, I'm a little hesitant to just start aggressively swinging at NFTs just yet, especially when you look at what is moving.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is like we see these short runs before they kind of tail off. It's tough. Like that's the thing is a little bit tough here for me to be like, okay, there's a bunch of stuff I want to buy. I'm looking at these gigabuds, which are 1.24 Sol because it's on this thing called Grass Network, which has an airdrop coming up and is a new L2. So I wish I saw these under 1. I just think that these are going to end up having some kickback to them. I'm not, like I said, though, I'm not actively deploying a ton of capital. It's more just like curiosity and kind of throwing some alerts on just to watch how these move. But that one I'm interested in. It's mostly newer stuff. Like, to be honest, it's mostly newer stuff. I'm excited for Pathfinders.
That's kind of how it works, especially on Solana. It's an aggressive ecosystem. New stuff is typically a safer bet than old stuff in many ways. Look, we can keep going a little bit on NFTs here. Ethereum NFTs we can touch on also. I'm looking for, like, I'm just thinking about Ethereum NFTs and thinking about a potential revolution of sorts in the way that they are traded, in the sense that I just don't believe that we're going to stay on L1 with Ethereum NFTs. I just don't believe it. The reason being is the aggressive gas costs, slow transaction time, and everything that comes with that. I mean, it is annoying as hell, man, where you have to pay all these gas fees. You're paying $60 gas fees in a heartbeat when it comes to Ethereum NFTs. So I'm like, is it going to migrate to Base? Is it going to migrate to Blast? Is it going to migrate elsewhere? I just think that that's going to happen. I don't know what it looks like. Nobody knows what it looks like. Otherwise, people would position themselves accordingly and make like $1 billion. But that's what I feel like is going to happen with Ethereum NFTs. You see Pudgy Penguins showing a lot of strength. And I mean, Bored Ape Yacht Club, well, Bored Ape Yacht Club and Pudgy Penguins neck and neck here. Very interesting stuff.
Apes have sent, dude. Apes have sent. I wish I was kind of keeping an eye on these damn things because like their whole ecosystem has rallied pretty hard, including the dogs, the mutants. All of these things are looking like they're showing some serious strength here, which is great. Like that's usually a positive catalyst when you see those massive wallets. Even Cyrus calling for the bottom of Apes was really interesting for me to see. And dude, ETH gas right now has been between 1 and 5 Gwei. Like
it's still
1 and 5 Gwei?
1 and 5 Gua.
Wow, Nick, can you imagine how crazy that is?
Oh my God. I'm
It's just-
absolutely blown away.
It's just you could buy your seahorse back and probably save a little bit of money based on the gas that you took the ETH offer with.
I don't
There's
know if
no
it's
way I'm buying that thing.
I do think you bring up Bored Apes easy. I do think that there will be a separation over time between the collectibles themselves, which are the NFTs, which just live on the blockchain, you know, basically forever, and any sort of businesses that are associated with them. Because ultimately, the NFTs are the NFTs, and there's never been an example where, you know, building a business on the back of them has been perceived as bullish. If anything, it's been perceived as bearish. And so I think over time, whatever happens with the Gargamel run, you know, Yuga Labs gaming enterprise, whatever happens with that, I think that you start to see a lessening of the impact that it has on the floor price of the collectibles themselves. I don't know. Like that's an interesting, I think you're seeing it right now. I don't think that people are buying Bored Ape Yacht Club because they're like, wow, the software engineers over at Yuga Labs are really cooking on the other side. I just don't think that that's a thing. So we'll have to see how it plays out. One quick hitter, we've talked about, we've talked about Jupiter on this show quite a bit. We've talked about Jupiter. We've talked about Radium, other, kind of Solana-based organizations that are doing some pretty cool stuff. Joe McCann, in my opinion, one of the strongest analyst. He runs a fund, a very successful fund in crypto, Asymmetric. I think it's actually technically the most successful fund thus far this year on paper. I've heard somebody say that. I can't remember who. But anyway, he said that he doesn't think you should compare Jupiter to Uniswap. You should compare it to Coinbase. So some high praise here from Joe McCann on Jupiter. What do you think of the Jupe token, Easy?
I like Jupe here, especially if they do burn stuff. We just saw some people sell it off pretty heavily because of some fun around them selling meme coins, and that led to a little bit of drama for sure. But I think that some drama. I think that led to some drama. So, but I do think like right here, it's still holding this kind of like level of support that we've seen, like chart wise. I know TA is fake, but it does look pretty good at under 80 cents. I mean, this rally all the way to $1.60, even if it pushes back to all-time highs, is 100% gain. And if they burn this supply, that's like a home run, in my opinion. That's like an absolute no-brainer because now there's just less circulating supply, which tough to really beat that in any kind of argument when it comes to a token. I don't know if I agree with the fact that Jupiter is going to be a Coinbase. It's a little aggressive. I know that Joe McCann has some heavy bags of Jupe for sure.
Yeah.
Also a very big Wen guy, if you remember.
Yes.
He was fairly big on that one. That sometimes you don't bet 100%, I will say. But all in all, I do like the Jupe trade. I still am more bullish on like Radium though. And when Meteora launches, that's like the sole SPL utility token that I want to basically go all in on is Meteora once that launches.
How did JLP is another one, which is from Jupiter.
Yeah.
How has that token gone down in price? Like, I don't understand. I thought it only goes up.
Because the majors are down. ETH, Bitcoin, Solana.
Okay, and so, and because it's comprised of those, it goes down. Is that what you're saying?
Easy to suddenly froze. Very strange. That is pretty funny. Let's make him full screen with that frozen face. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. We got a frozen Easy on our hands here out of the blue. Very rare that someone has great reception the entire show and then just suddenly, freezes. Nick, is there anything you want to say to Frozen Easy?
Get the fuck out of here.
Wow. That's an aggressive comment, Nick. Look at that. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, while we wait for Easy to return, which undoubtedly I'm sure he will, want to give another shout out to the partner of today's show, Stream. So Stream, and specifically the Stream Pod extension, what you can think about the product as is a layer built on top of the different content creation platforms. So this is the third ever Animoca incubated product. So they're just fully aligned with Animoca. And when we talk to the team, they have access to the resources that Animoca can offer. The cool thing about Stream is that, just like I talked about earlier, just like how crypto is the value layer built on top of the internet, you can think of Stream as a layer built on top of streaming platforms that allows for a more interactive experience with the audience and an opportunity for the audience to get rewards. And Ray, I see you having some of those on-screen graphics. Maybe we can pull those up. This week, they actually launched mobile support. So we know a lot of people use mobile and mobile only as they navigate the space and navigate streaming platforms. So it's a no-brainer for Stream to drop their mobile support. There's also a desktop app where you can download the StreamPod extension. The URL is streamhq.xyz. You can sign up using the code BODOGOS8888. That's BODOGGOS 8888. And again, you can think of this as a layer on top of, the content that you consume that allows you to interact. There's fun little mini games. There's opportunities for people that are consuming content to actually gain value from the content that they consume. And when we talked to the team, we went deep on the fact that, look, it's hard to understand when you're looking at the analytics for content, what percentage are real people, what percentage are bots, how engaged is an audience, and this gives you an opportunity to kind of get that data, which is beneficial to the people that are creating the content, and it gives the people that are consuming the content an opportunity to get rewarded for consuming it. So it's a no-brainer that crypto would be the back end of a product like this, because again, crypto is the value layer of the internet, right? Nothing can compete with crypto when it comes to value on the internet. So it's a supernatural progression to have a product like this. Don't be surprised if you see AI come into the picture in the next few years, kind of the marriage of crypto, AI.
So how do you join this thing? Because I never have. So basically,
StreamHQ.xyz. Use the access code Bodogos8888. Ray, if you want to give Nick any additional color.
Well, there's steps after that. You have to then install the Chrome extension. Then what? Then I go to the.
So the easiest option is just to use the game room link. If you want to get in as fast as possible without the extension, you can use the game room link. It's pinned to the space. I've been commenting it in the YouTube. That'll open up the game room, which will show the stream drops as I'm launching them live.
Okay, but so if I'm on my, so I go on my desktop, I load the space right now. Okay, now it shows because the Chrome thing is there. I can log in with this. And
that'll give you a one-time password to your email.
Or you can log in with Twitter.
Right. You'll still need a one-time password, I believe, though.
Okay, it says I'm logged in and it says a stream drop may be coming.
Yeah, so I just ran one. There's a cooldown. The next one's going to be coming in roughly 5 minutes.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Ray just gave you a little bit of a heads up. So yeah, big shout out to Stream. Again, streamhq.xyz. Use the access code BODOGOS8888. That's BODOGGOS 8888. Look, shifting back here, shifting gears, Nick, check out this game show segment that Ray put together. It's called Nick's Dating Advice. Is this something that you'd want to dive into? I know historically. No, it's at the 9:45 p.m. section of the call sheet. I thought that this might be something that you'd be interested in. Then again, I thought
I'm down to do it because let me tell you, this morning, so this video pops up on my YouTube while I'm cleaning myself, and I click on it, and it's like some guy's guide to dating in New York City, and I'm like, this is gonna be fucking garbage, basically. And this guy's like, so what you're going to be needing to do is you're going to need to get an apartment below 60th Street. So that's the first thing. And you're going to want to be in Manhattan. You can't go, you're not going to be able to pull girls back to the outer boroughs. You're not going to be able to do that.
Not wrong.
You're going to walk out of the club at night and you're going to want to be able to immediately bounce to your apartment. Well, but to me, I'm just like, yo, I'm not walking out of the club at night. And, he's like, the furthest you can go is like maybe Williamsburg, he said. So that was part of the thing that he was suggesting in this. But it was just a pretty aggressive, I guess it was advice if you wanted to sleep with as many people as possible and get
live in Manhattan.
Yeah, exactly. Sleep with as many girls that live in Manhattan as possible. That was what the video was about. And I'm like, this guy sounds like a fucking loser because he's in his 40s and he's still explaining this thing. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing, dude? Like, this is ridiculous. But how's the segment go? Because all of crypto is a bunch of sexless dudes for the most part.
Well, there you go. I mean, you're probably right. No. So the question that Ray posed is, where do shy, nerdy guys hang out? He then has a response. Ray, maybe you could explain how this segment is supposed to go from a broadcast.
Where do shy, nerdy guys hang out?
I'm just simply passing this story along, Nick. I'm simply passing it along. I can read it for you if you'd like.
Wait, so it's a story and then we're just supposed to give commentary? Is that it, Ray?
Yeah, give advice. Nick's going to give some advice to her.
Yeah,
it's a young lady's story. And I felt like as maybe a potential nerdy guy in the tech space, you might have a good, point of view here.
There you go. So look, we got a lady,
21-year-old girl. So this is already an inappropriate thing for me. I'm going to give her.
Nick could literally be her father.
I'm 21 trying to put myself out there, but my city is like the retirement capital of Canada. So what does this have to do with New York dating? Oh, it's Nick's dating advice.
Nick's dating advice, not New York. This is someone
probably bookstores, grocery stores, and it's all just old folks like me. I'd really like to meet someone
not like her.
Not saying like Nick.
Oh, like
I'd
Nick.
I'd really like to meet someone like me, shy and quiet, but weird and freaky when our guards are down. I try to avoid the gym bros because I hate how gross they can be. This is like a teenager's request for advice, Ray. I'm gonna be honest, dude. Like, this is another probable miss with the selection of the story here because it's like, and my kid or the guy I have a crush on got thrown out of class the other day, and it was so embarrassing. My parents would never approve of me dating him. I don't know, dude. This is I've tried online dating and it's gotten dude, she's 21. I just don't know what to
Say
say.
it's 30. Same story, but she's 30. It doesn't make a difference.
Oh,
No,
30 is
it
totally
does make
different.
a difference. I'm going to be honest, Ray. It does make a difference. If you're dating and you're 30, the advice is going to be completely different than when you're 21. My advice to a 21-year-old is fucking get your life together. And if
Well, there's nothing about her life. She's just looking to date right now.
If you're not attractive to just get, enough to just get laid by like going out, let me tell you, I know something about this. This is where I was at when I was 21. Well, that was also a problem with confidence. See, for guys, the advantage is confidence can make up for basically like 80% of looks. So you can get 80, like you can replace 80%. There's a guy that you're competing against that's just like a fucking drop dead gorgeous model. You're at a disadvantage out the gate when you're just walking down the street. They're going to look at that person and not you. But you walk up with some swagger, you just rolling down.
Oh, look at that.
You just
Look at
roll
those.
down like this.
Wow. Look at the hips.
Look at that.
Wow.
Down the street. If
Wow.
you're walking
Some honest
down the
movement,
street,
man.
if you're walking down the street like that, immediately the eyes dart from the model-esque male directly to you. And she says, what the hell is this guy doing? Holy cow. I need to understand this, man. You walk straight up to her. Excuse me, ma'am. I saw you from down the street over there, and I had to come say hello because my life would have been completely over. And there was the risk that we wouldn't ever get to know each other. And I needed to get to know you because I just find you absolutely stunning. Okay. So you look like you're headed right now to eat Chinese food. Am I right? She's going to say, no, I was on my way to go to the laundry store to pick up my laundry because I live in a neighborhood without dryers and washing machines in the apartment. So, and you're like, oh my God. Well, look, I don't want to disturb you from this journey that you're on right now. It sounds like you're an incredibly productive individual and still absolutely stunning. How about you toss me your number in my phone and we find some time to meet up later this evening or this week when I'm not busy with my incredibly busy life, because let me tell you, I'm a high status individual. I'm a male with places to be and things to do. And normally I wouldn't even make an offer like the offer that I have presented you right now, but this is your time. This is your moment.
Wow.
And are you going to grab your life by the balls and say, I'm going to put my number in your phone?
You'd use that language.
That exact verbiage.
Grab life by the nuts.
Okay.
And then say, can I have your number?
No. You say,
tell her.
No, you tell her to put the number in your phone.
So aggressive. Okay.
I liked Rasmer's fill out this form. That's a pretty good line. I will be honest. If I were on the if that was my sort of approach, I like can you fill out this form just for your consent to be in this video?
Could you fill out this form? I do like it. I do like it.
It's pretty good.
So, okay. So Nick, you really gave us a thorough breakdown there. That's awesome. Ray, do you think that he fulfilled what we're looking for in this segment here?
No, technically I didn't, because to Ray, he's looking for me to give 16-year-old women advice on dating.
Why do they keep getting younger every time you say it? Come on. I mean, you gave advice to a 21-year-old male.
The advice to the 21-year-old male is fucking do something with your life, man. The best thing you can do is just do something with your life. Don't waste it trying to find the love of your life right now at 21, unless you're in college, in which case you got a chance. Maybe you meet that someone special because you're in an environment that's conducive to meeting women. And if you have social status because you're someone who's slick with the verbiage, you may have a chance of picking up your future wife at that university, especially if you go to University of I'll go Arizona State.
ASU.
Why ASU?
For a new segment, if you out on the street using your exact lines that you just offered the audience as advice to girls and seeing how successful you could be.
Well, I'd have to see if the women who I'm dating would be okay with me doing those segments, basically. That
Plural.
would be the one thing that I'd be
Yeah,
running.
was that plural?
I heard plural there, right? Women.
Oh, look at this guy.
Okay.
Taking a sip from the Pellegrino after implying he's having sex with a lot of people. So look, real quick, Ray actually prepared a few other little snippets here. Nick, I'm going to read one. Ray thought this was appropriate to put into the call sheet. There's no age associated with this woman. We don't know how old she is.
This is all the
Ray,
same story. Sorry.
Okay, yeah. It's all the same story. Interesting. So this person,
She's
she wrote
still 21.
Wow, she's still 21, and Ray put this in the call sheet. He wrote, "I'm not looking for Chad Thundercock. I'm looking for will grow to be a suburban dad wearing socks and sandals with a kiss the cook apron." I don't think that's insane to ask for. Nick, what do you have to say about that commentary?
Chad Thundercock.
Let me tell you, a lot of women are looking for that. What I would say is there's a couple of categories you have as an opportunity to go into if you're looking to seal the deal. One is the hope that you're the relationship guy, the guy that she has a chance to finally settle down with. And if you're in New York City, it's hard to find those guys because opportunities are right around the corner. And so, the location is key here. I don't know what city she's in. You don't know if there's more single women or single men, what the ratio looks like.
Ratio.
That's a key factor. If you go to New York, you got more single women than you have single men. So it's advantage to the men. If you
It's
go to
easy over here. It's easy.
It is. If you go to San Francisco, it's advantage to the women. Although there's a lot of unsociable men that are in San Francisco and gay, so you actually it somewhat offsets.
So you're saying that it's an open ocean then?
But there's also gay women, and my guess is it's probably somewhat balanced there. So the whole gay community kind of cancels out itself and has no impact on the straight dating situation. But
Or does it?
I don't think it does. Unless you're into like participating in those sorts of activities, in which case it has a major impact on your dating life. If you were into the gay dating scene, San Francisco is not a bad place. New York,
are you familiar with it?
No, but I have met a lot of gay people in both cities, and I just say that like there's fish in the ocean. That's what you're looking for when you're dating. Easy.
Well, I just want to say, Nick, it's actually, as Sean mentioned, it's pronounced Gway.
My apologies. But yeah, I don't know. Giving advice to a 21-year-old girl blows. I mean, 21-year-old guy I can give advice to. It's just like, dude, focus on your career and wait till you get older because it's going to become way easier. If you're having dating problems now, it just becomes way easier.
That's what I'm talking about, Nick. That's a fantastic commentary there. I think we can wrap the Nick dating about. Oh, no.
That was like that like odds of getting laid at a conference tweet from the other day. And I was just like, yo, this is such a tweet from someone who just doesn't have sex, basically. That's the sort of thing that a sexless man would write an article about, basically. Because he doesn't understand the dynamics of sex.
Wow. So were you dissatisfied with where you were positioned here? You were alongside the talent.
I think that's what it was falsely interpreted as. I don't give a shit where it is actually on that situation, like on that chart. Like, glad I'm on there. I'm next to Vitalik and Gabriel Haynes. Gabriel Haynes is married. If his wife is there, there's a pretty good chance he's going to have high odds of having sex.
He's going to plow. He's going to plow.
Like, that's pretty good. So, like, there's so many people on there that have relationships that, like, nothing happened with. Where's the stream drop, Ray? I want to try this out.
Let's go.
And here,
Ray, you're muted, buddy.
Can I just put it on the screen so people can see this? I'm going to put this on here.
Do it. Let's get a live action of the actual experience. We haven't done this yet, Nick. So you're leading the charge for this.
Ray's made this so excessively complicated for me to actually show on the screen, but now here I am.
You're gonna need
On
to
the
wait. You're
page.
gonna need to wait 3 minutes. I've been constantly running them so our audience can get into them as fast as possible.
I've been on the screen and haven't seen it showing up, Ray.
You missed it. It happened 2 minutes ago.
Why wouldn't we say something? Like, this is mind
You're running them every
boggling that I'm not
5
being able to
minutes. Like
participate.
we've been saying this. We want to maximize our audience's ability to get into these and earn points towards future rewards.
That's right.
Okay, but you know how to maximize it? Before you click the button, say I'm about to click the button so that I can go and look at it.
So tomorrow's episode, every 5 minutes, we will be pausing to announce the Steam drop.
Yeah, you were midway through your dialogue about how to walk down the street with swagger. I wasn't going to interrupt you on a heater.
Make a sound effect or something that we can click the button and then we just hop in.
Well, I got a question. Ray, how many users we got on this bad boy today?
Let's see. We've set an all-time high. We're at 60, 80, 100, 130-ish so far.
Wow. It sounds like 130 all-time high level users figured out how to do it, Nick. You were too busy rotating your pelvis and talking about how you would pick up some lady in Manhattan. I suppose at the laundromat because you're flexing a washer dryer on her. How do you feel about that?
It feels pretty good. Mr. Yellow doesn't know. That is true.
He said, you don't know a lot about marriage, Nick.
If you got kids, that's a whole other situation.
Mr. Yellow called out your accent of him in the Discord yesterday.
What
He said,
did he
"I'm from UK, PO, you're screwing it up. You're going to the accent police."
So I think he's actually right because one time I think I did
You're trying to do like Australian.
I did a really good Australian accent that I wouldn't be able to
One
do.
time.
Exactly. But I wouldn't even be able to do it if I tried to do an Australian accent right now. So it was a weird mistake that resulted in a good accent that doesn't match his actual one. And there were other times, I think it's because I haven't heard him speak in a while, but when we had hung out with him at one of the conferences at Amsterdam, coming back, my Mr. Yellow accent was straight fire. I just haven't had enough exposure to him recently.
Well,
Maybe you can send me
may I
some
recommend Love is Blind UK.
But you need this. UK's got a lot of accents, man. You got the northern accent, you got the Liverpool accent, you got the posh London accent, you got the less posh London accent. There's a lot of sophistication when it comes to doing UK accents. You really have to match the individual person's accent. Signal's accent.
What I'm saying is there's a variety of them on Love is Blind UK.
Maybe Mr. Yellow can tell me the region he grew up in, and I can match it up with Love is Blind UK, and then we can really cook.
That's correct. So how many more minutes here, Ray, before it shows up on my screen?
All right, so it's 9:57 at 9.
So Nick, you actually just missed it
27
again?
seconds.
You just interrupted him. 9:50 what?
Okay, I'm about to click it. I'm about to click the button, Nick. Nick, are you ready?
And so for those that are watching and have not yet gone, before you click the button, Ray, go to the URL in my browser right now if you want a direct link to it. It's app.streamhq.xyz/game-room/bodagos with a capital B, entertainment with a capital E. And that's the URL. You can go there. I want to give people 30 seconds to get there, to check it out, to go to the page, to have this experience. The alternative is use the link described in the footer here, which is streamhq.xyz. Enter the access code bodagos8888. Install the Chrome extension. Go back to Twitter. Click on the stream and wait for the app to pop up. But the easiest way is to go to this other URL, which is long, I understand. And actually what I can do is set up a short URL to make this a hell of a lot easier. To just go to bodagos.com/streamhq would be what I would set up for the future stream, so that we can just give people an easy URL to go to and they can end up in there. And let me tell you, Ray, we're going to hit an all-time record that's 2x the size of where we're at. Are there any prizes associated with this?
Well, you're earning
future rewards. You want to talk about easy?
No, let's just run the stream. I think does it show how many people are waiting? Oh,
there you go. You got to click the go button. You're going to need to click these buttons as they pop up like whack-a-mole.
Here we go. A visual demonstration of the mini game. Let's go. Nick's playing. Go. Whack-a-mole. Let's go, Nick.
This looks like it's for the phone.
Keep going, Nick. They just rolled out mobile access.
Played slow.
Here we go. Your
And
goal
this
is
is the
10. You're
first
at
game of
7.
many. So this is just the digital whack-a-mole game. They're going to introduce trivia, I think is coming soon,
Yep.
and other ways to interact. This is like their beta phase, just trying to onboard users and reward them for using the platform and getting used to it.
Yep. So starting simple.
I got all 10.
Boom. Locked in.
I got 100%. Who else got 100%?
If you got 100%, comment on the YouTube stream. So look, ladies and gentlemen, this is streamhq.xyz. Okay, that's where you go. The sign-up code is Bodagos8888. Again, this is a layer on top of the content that you're already consuming. They've already rolled it out for Twitter Spaces. As you can tell, they will be rolling it out for YouTube. I'm assuming that other major streaming platforms will follow. Very cool stuff with a crypto backend incubated by Animoca Brands.
Wow,
Big
a lot of people didn't get 10. Look at all these losers. One guy got 8. 2 people got 9.
Mr. Yellow said he's a 10, but he can't get laid at a crypto conference.
So let's just pause for 1 sec. Did we just smash the all-time record by me walking people through it?
So this one got 39 participants. The one I ran in the background got 31. So yes, you just broke the all-time high.
Congratulations, Nick. Good job. Nick's the best, everybody.
We haven't even done the full optimization that's about to go down.
Well,
right.
When Nick starts optimizing, literally just get out of the way. He's going to optimize your ass so much, you're not even going to be able to go to the bathroom when he's done
Optimize your ass.
People are saying that it's Australian. I'm saying, no, it's not Australian. That was a perfect Mr. Yellow accent. We got Nick optimizing people's asses right here. All right, look, ladies and gentlemen, that's our show. We will be back tomorrow. We do the show Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern time each and every week. It's available on Apple and Spotify podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. It's available on Twitter, X Platform Video if you want to watch the video. It's available on Twitter Spaces, X Platform Spaces if you want to listen live or re-listen later on. And of course, it's on YouTube. And hey, if you're listening on the YouTube, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. You hit the like button. Really makes a difference. Goes a long way. Thanks so much for listening. We will be back tomorrow. Big shout out to